let's plug it in. Oh, I wonder when the last time this was switched on. This has probably not run for around 10 years. Anyway, switch on. What's up guys, welcome to the garage. Today we've got an unboxing, but it's slightly different to the normal unboxing. This is 15 years old and it's probably only been out of the box a handful of times. So this is the Kyosho Half-8. Now this one, or this particular one, is the L.A.V, which is the light armoured vehicle. It's a Japanese military truck. This is off of the Inferno mini platform. I can't remember how old the Inferno mini is, and I think they're now called the Mini 8. This is the Half-8, the older one, like I've said, from 2005. And I picked this up locally really cheap, ridiculously cheap. Now I've had a quick look in the box to make sure everything's there, and it does look like it, but I haven't actually properly unboxed it, so we're going to get it out of the box today and have a look and see how this thing has been kept for the last 15 years. You can see on the side of the box here, it's telling you about your the motor there. I think it's a 380 motor. It's got a combined ESC and a receiver. You got a centre diff, ball bearings by the looks of it, oil shocks, some cool military style wheels, and then I think it's in Japanese, but that says includes, and it's got some parts, and then you can I guess you can set some stuff up on that. Readyset, so it comes with a 27 megahertz transmitter, old school. Let's get it out of the box. Loads of spares, all the parts you get with it. Looks like some stuff to tune your shocks. Not sure what these are. Are these for look like they're for your suspension, so for your bottom arms. I guess you can change the geometry. Little multi-tool, servo horns, some front or rear hubs, some screws, and some more they look like they're for your hinge pins. I mean, it's even still got, I know this is just a plastic bag, which it is just a plastic bag, but stuff like this, when you pick things up second hand, stuff like this just makes it that little bit more attractive to buy when it's got all these original parts of it. You got the original mini Inferno book there. This has been untouched. I don't think this has even been opened, I can tell. Parts list, or optional parts list. A little letter talking about the transmitter, dated the 1st of the 1st 2005. Another little leaflet. And then because this is the L.A.V, this has got the body manual that's showing you all the hard body with all the accessories you put on it, and then shocks and stuff inside, and how to set them up on the back. Wow, this thing is cool. Now there's a couple of reasons I bought this. The main reason is because I really like sort of old, it's 2005, it's definitely not vintage, but I'd say it's quite retro. It's really rare. I mean, you look on eBay, see if you can find one of these. I could only see one in the US, there was none in the UK, and this one was only 40 miles down the road, and it looks, I mean, look at the bottom. I don't think this has been outside. There's the transmitter. What I did notice, because I have had it out of the box just to check it was all there, the transmitter unfortunately still had batteries in it. So as you can see there, you can see there's a bit of corrosion and stuff there. So we'll clean that up, a bit of WD-40 and a little brush, soft brush on there. Should clean up and it should still work. So the first reason, like I said, is because I just like old stuff like this. The second reason, it's 1/16 scale, so it should go nicely with all my other stuff. If I just put you over here, so it should fit nicely in with my other 1/16 scale. Let's have a closer look at the body. This is possibly one of the coolest little trucks I own. Let's get this body off. Let's have a look underneath. Not familiar with these chassis, but I've done a little bit of reading up. It seems they run on 6 AA batteries that go, you unclip these, and they go in these little holders here. I've also seen that you can get twin battery packs that slot in there as well. I have noticed that we need to solder that on because that is broken off there, so that won't be working. Little 370 motor that is, I think. So a little 370 motor. I think it's a bit, doesn't look big enough to be a 380. I might be wrong. We got a centre diff in there. Your gears are in there. I've heard that the diffs on these are quite weak, or at least on the Mini Inferno they were. So I presume these are. But this isn't going to be one that's going to be taken out and abused. I'm not going to take it out if it's wet and muddy. This is, yeah, fair weather use only. Definitely not going to be. I don't want to trash it. I mean, it's survived 15 years in this condition, like I've shown you. There is not a mark on it. The tyres, nothing on the tyres. Tiny bit dirt on the tyres, but this thing has definitely hardly been used. Little micro servo there. Combined ESC and receiver. It's probably one of the first 2-in-1s. It's got 5-wire servo going in there, and we've got an old school transmitter with your crystal sat in the back there. Not used one of these for a while. It's probably in 2005 though. I guess this style of transmitter was quite new then. Doesn't seem long ago, 2005, does it? But 15 years. I bet some of you watching this were only just born or not even born. Nice oil shocks. This, I love it. Right, I think I'm going to repair the cable. We'll stick some batteries in. I'm going to clean the transmitter up, put some batteries in that, and then let's see if it runs. Right, we have repaired the cable on there. We put 6 AA batteries. That's 9 volts going through that. It says on the box 13 miles an hour, 20 kilometers an hour. Not the fastest thing, especially not on 9 volts, but I guess it's geared quite low. And it reckons with 6 AAs it's got about a 33-minute runtime. Batteries aren't that cheap, so I'm definitely going to look on eBay for the battery packs for this. I'm sure there must be some that you can get still. This takes 8, that takes 6, 14 AA batteries. Wow. Right, anyway, I've cleaned this up and we've got power. Watch this, look. This is called an aerial. And you pull the aerial out. I'm sure some of you watching can relate to snapping these and getting them caught. Anyway, radio's on. Let's plug it in. Oh, I wonder when the last time this was switched on. I mean, looking at the batteries that are in that, the batteries are still in that, but I think because it was disconnected, they'd not leaked, whereas they had. I reckon this has probably not run for around 10 years. Anyway, switch on. Steering, very slow steering, I must add. We've got dual rate actually. Wow, that is very slow steering. Throttle. There we go. First time in probably 10 years. Can't believe how slow that steering is. There's your centre diff working. It all seems good. Let's get the body on. Let's go and find some dry weather. Let's give it a run outside. I realise why these probably weren't all that popular, because this thing is slow. I mean, for a little, this, I know it's got a hard body on it, but the Mini Inferno, you think it was quite quick, but 11 kilometres an hour this was. It's meant to do 20, which isn't all that fast, but I don't know what's up with it. It might be that the batteries are just cheap AA's in there. So what I'm going to do, look for some better battery packs. I might even put some better batteries in, see if that increases the performance. If not, I mean, it's from scale rigs, it's not a massive issue. but I think what I'll do is get an aftermarket ESC and use one of my transmitters, see if that improves performance, because when I'm out on my scale rigs I want it to be I want it to at least kick up some dust and dirt. Anyway, it is what it is. Cheers for watching, I will see you next time.